Hey everybody, welcome to Hodl and Shill. I'm Crypto for Columbus, and today is day 89 of our Bitsgap follow along. So it's been about 35 days since we did our last video. And I wanted to jump in here because we need to make a bunch of changes. So I wanted to make sure that I did them with you guys and just go through a full update of where we're at and where we're going. Okay, so let's just start off here where in our last video we were at a SHEBA total profit of $134 and now we are at $260. And then the SHEBA, but we're still actually down because we are actually down $120 in total profit, which is about 10%. So our SHEBA value was actually at $1,281 before, and now we're down to $1,070. I wanted to go through these. We're going to actually make a bunch of changes today and regroup and restart. And the reason that I want to do that is because if you remember, we did small amounts, left them for 30 days to see how things would go, and we wanted to go from there. So one of the first things that I want to do here is close out. We will actually start by doing, let's do daily average, okay? Our average daily with trading time. So our AAVEX 3L, that is doing about 1.35% a day. It's been going for 1 month and 15 days. However, you can see that it's out of range. So we're going to kill off these out of range because it's been over a month. But let's look at the analytics together so that we're very clear. Now, if you look on our initial funds, we stopped trading on about the 5th of April. So we went out of range and it just completely stopped trading. So our initial funds were down 30%. So a value change of $15.05. Our total P&L ends up being, we lost $9.72 on this actual bot. So we will close that out. However, just so you can see, we ended up getting about 100.784 AAVEX 3L, which ends up being about 100% in current funds. But we are going to close this out. So let's start there, okay? We were down $9 here. We're going to close this out. Not only are we going to cancel all of the open orders, we are going to sell at the market price and just be done with it, okay? So this shows that it's got a bot profit of 62.33%. However, our P&L is down 19.46%. So sell at the market price, we're gonna hit confirm. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that one. Now, here's another good one, Apecoin. So we've got $100 in this. We might actually leave one Apecoin going. We'll decide that. Now this is out of range here, but you can see here the value is $116.86. The change is up 17.34%. Those closed. Okay. Now our bot profit is $52, but remember, bot profit doesn't matter. It's actual what we net. So let's look at this together. All right, so in USD, we are up $17.27. You can see here we hit a range where we were out of range and we didn't trade during this gap, and then all of a sudden, right before this mint that we've seen, we started making some money. So we made $4, $5, $4, $3, and so that's a total of $17 in profit overall. The out of our initial funds is 45.44, so $17 in or 17% gain. So that was good. Now obviously in Ape we're down 5 coins, but that's because in our USD value we're up, and USDT obviously would be the same equivalent. So $17.84 is what we made, and that's on KuCoin. So we have a choice here that's to leave on KuCoin or Coinbase, the one that we're going to leave running. We also have a USDT running on Coinbase, so I think we need to close off one of these, and what we'll do is we will free up our USD, okay? And that's on Coinbase. So let's look at this one together. You can see here it was our current funds are up 2.88%, so we've only made $2.88 here. We had some of the same high days that we saw on the other, and obviously we would be down on the Ape because we're up in USD. So we will close this one out. It says it's 38.49% bot profit from all of its trades. We will sell at the market price and confirm. And the goal here is to free up these funds because we're going to start a bunch of new bots together. Okay, so that one's done. And next, okay, so let's leave our KuCoin for now. We'll leave that one trading, even though it's out of range. We'll come back to that. Okay. ADA 3L, so Cardano 3L. This is going to be an interesting one to look at. It's out of range. Again, so this has been running for 1 month and 10 days, and let's look at it. So USDT. You can see here, so we were doing okay, $2, dollar, about $1 a day, 90 cents, 90 cents, 90 cents, 90 cents. And then about 5th of April, things dropped off. 6th of April, things dropped off, so it went out of range. So almost a month ago, it went out of range, and it's traded nothing since, and we've lost $20 on it. So we're probably, yeah, again, so look, we're up in this value here. However, this just goes to show that it might not be worth leaving these 3L and 3S tokens for the long term, okay? So we will close this one out as well at a loss. We're gonna cut our losses at $20, and we will sell this at market price. And done. Okay, next we've got our Ethereum 3L. So this is out of range as well, and this is going to be an interesting one to look at. So we were at a 3L, and we're just down $7.82 again. But if you look, so on the 10th of April, we went out of range here, and then it just wasn't moving. So that's just not using your capital wisely, and it's just not, it doesn't make sense to just leave these running again long term, like I said. So let's look at this chart, and you'll see here, so we were doing great in this range. Look at that. I mean, we went all the way up and down, and then we had a lower leg here, and that's where it stopped. It just stopped from there. So we're gonna, I mean, overall, $7.82 is not that big of a deal, but it goes to show again, like we were talking about the 3Ls, it might not be worth leaving them long term in these ranges. So we'll close it out, sell at market price, and confirm. The bot is canceled and it's selling. Okay. All right, so next out of range is our BTC 3L. So let's look at this one together. We'll zoom out and look at this chart. I don't even see any trades on this chart. So let's look at our, okay, so this actually ended up here. We were doing very well here in March and April 6th, and it dropped, and then we were out of range, and nothing happened since we've been out of range. So again, out of our current funds, 39.1%, obviously it being a BTC 3L and Bitcoin's price going down, we're down $19.42. So we will close this one out. All right, next we've got our AAVEX. So this was an AAVEX USDT, and this is out of range. This was $57. Let's see, so it's made $6 in profit, and it's out of range. Let's look at it. So we've actually lost $17.63 on this. Now this actually went way out it dropped out of range on April 21st. So just a couple weeks back is when it actually fell out of range, and it's been out since. So out of our initial funds, our total P&L is, like I said, down $17. But we're up in AAVEX by 0.05. I don't think, well, let's look at this chart. So it's doing what it needed to do here. We just went down to a lower area. I think what we'll do here is free this up. But I'm gonna keep the AAVEX and the USDT, but we will close out this bot since it's out of range. And so to do that, we're just going to cancel all open orders. That way we can keep the underlying assets and just be done with that bot. Okay, so there we go. And let's talk about our, we've talked about Ape. Now let's look at our SHEBA here. So this was one, there's a lot of value locked in here. We're at $387.19. But if you look, this has been running for 2 months and 23 days. and it's only had 127 transactions. However, it says $56 in profit. Let's look at our, was this out of range? Did we see that? SHEBA, no, so this is active. This is actively trading on Coinbase. So a dollar, it's actually fine. So $2.15 yesterday. Overall, we are down $53.41. But in SHEBA, look at what we're up. We're up 45% total overall. So our total P&L ends up being almost 5.9, so almost 6 million in SHEB that we have acquired. So this one we're actually going to leave. While it's not making a ton, there hasn't been a lot of action. Let's look at the chart together. There actually hasn't been a ton of upside that we're looking at either for SHEB right now. So you can see here, look at where we started. We started here in February, and it's been just doing what it's supposed to do. So this is actually fine. It's doing what it's supposed to do within the grid. We'll leave it for now, and let's see what happens with it. Okay. Now our Luna BTC, let's look at this one together. The idea here is to stack BTC, and so for 1 month and 29 days, it's had 627. Look at that chart. I mean, it's had 627 transactions. Very good there. Move over. Yeah, so look at that. I mean, we rode this thing all the way over. And let's look at our analytics. So down $5.49 in US dollar value. However, in Luna value, we're up 2%. And of course, the underlying asset, what we care about is BTC. It's actually up 4.19%. So we actually got some sats there that we stacked. We can leave that running because it's just not moving anywhere. So I'm fine with that. It's only $100, and that's okay. Next, let's look at BTC USDT. And this is a grid that's running on KuCoin. This is actually one of those bots that we just started. It's like a buy the dip bot. Yeah, it's the buy the dip. And so that actually, you can see here, it creates multi-levels. And let's look at this action. Okay, so out of our USD, in BTC, we're actually down 17.91%, but that, you got to remember BTC is down. And then in US dollar value, it's down $11. But it's actually made Bitcoin, you can see here on these charts, so it's just some tiny bits. We'll leave it. We will leave that one going. And then we have the same thing. This is actually just an S-bot, I believe. Yeah, so this is just an S-bot that we're running on Gemini. And that has done down $4 in USD, but we're up 8% in BTC. So it's doing its thing. Very good. We'll leave that one going. Okay, so now with all of that being said, we're just down to, we're still negative $42 in profit, and we have $800 in some bot value in all of these bots. So you can see that here, obviously the big one being SHEBA. Okay, so restarting off where we can start some new bots. Now there has been some interesting new things being added to Bitsgap here. So we've got the DCA bot, which is in beta, the S-bot classic, and then obviously these. So if you switch to the new version, okay, we'll switch to the new version. You can see we've got our DCA bots, our grid bots, our combo bots, and the scalper bots. Let's go with the DCA bot. This is new. And you can see here it's really been simplified. So we'll change the exchange to KuCoin. And you can see you just long or short, and now it'll just automatically set the grid levels for us. So that obviously makes things way more simple. Okay, general settings. So let's go over it. Select the general settings and trading direction for your bot. Long obviously will be the bot will trade the currency to accumulate profit in the quote currency, and short, the bot will trade quote currency to accumulate profit in the base currency. So meaning obviously, depending on the coin that you want, you're gonna either get more USDT if you were trading that, or you'd get more of the token. Okay, so let's go with CRO. Let's look at that. So CRO USDT. This thing is down like crazy. They announced that they were cutting their staking rewards, and there was a sell-off. So let's go. It actually won't let us go short because we actually don't own any CRO here to short. Okay, that makes sense. So we can actually go long on it, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to trade that range. So let's look here. Oh, these are balanced. Okay, so let's go with Ethereum, KCS, Luna, Ruin. I don't want to do any of these. We don't want to do any of these. So let's actually go with a new, let's see what is trending up here. BTC, Solana, look at all these. So 33%, 20%, BTC3S. So we can go short on Bitcoin. And let's see what that would do. Indicators. So you can choose the indicators this way. This is new. So we can go with indicators, RSI. You can actually choose the different indicators. Buy signals, so at least 30 days. Projected some buy signals. Okay. That is all new. This is all brand new here. Add indicators. So you can actually add your own indicators. And then options. So price range, minimum, maximum. So this is, okay, so this is really interesting for DCAing. So you can do this if you want to stack Bitcoin. I think that makes the most sense. We're not going to be doing that for these bots, obviously for the follow along, just because this is meant to show you growth, and DCAing, it would be kind of boring if we did a daily video while we DCA, right? Dollar cost average down and every day get an update makes no sense. Okay. So with that being said, we're just going to do an S bot, a grid bot. And okay, so we've got flat, buy the dip, or custom. Earn USDT on every small price fluctuation. And this is what we know from all of our other bots. So let's look at Luna. And we'll do Luna. Also, we've got UST. Luna USDT. And so now it's changed. The trading frequencies have changed. So if you mouse over, you can see it's fast, which is 0.3, average, which is 1%, and then slow is 3%. So we'll do average so that we're getting more trades out of it. And let's back test this for the 30-day result, 4%. We're not interested in the 4%. We're looking for something a little bit more juicy, right? So we can go with the 3L 3Ss. The idea here is not to leave these 3L 3Ss running for a month long, because when they fall out of range, you end up just losing. You're losing money, and you're losing obviously capital that you could put somewhere else. So with that being said, I do think that it might be worth running a BTC 3S and seeing what we can do with that. We'll do that with 50 bucks. We'll do 1% average, and here's the range that it'll trade in. And we will look at, so we've got a low price here. And it's automatically setting that range for us, which is interesting that it automatically does it for us, which is great. Okay, so now let's back test that. 14% in a month is what they're saying, and that's actually just if it doesn't just completely just tank here. So let's try it out. We're gonna try it out with 50 bucks, and we will hit preview and confirm. The bot will exchange at market price. This, you can tell that the startup of these bots is much smoother with this last update that they did, which is really nice. Okay, and then now we're up and running, which is great. Okay, now before we run any other new bots, let's decide what we're gonna do here and free some of this up. So on Coinbase, I can leave this going here with 100 bucks or KuCoin. They're both about the same. This has done less transactions. We're gonna close out our Coinbase because it's out of range, okay? So yeah, let's do that. And that's this one. So we'll free up that 100 bucks. The bot has been stopped. This is actually still placing its orders. So we've got 131 out of 180 grids. Okay. So that's going to be it for today. And the reason that I say that, so we've started this one and closed out the others. We will do a video tomorrow. Now, the reason that I'm going to stop the video here is because we're not going to make this an hour-long video. And the other thing that I'm going to do, one of the things that I've noticed that you need to check on sometimes is when you're closing out these 3S and 3L tokens, sometimes this the API fails, and that's on the KuCoin side. So it'll close it out here on the Bitsgap side, but if you go to the exchange, sometimes it doesn't actually sell them, and you want to make sure that you close that manually so that you free up that capital. I don't want to be making this a longer video, and I want to pull that up and make sure that everything's done. So we'll just end it here, and tomorrow we might start up some new bots and check on where we're at with these. So with that being said, I'll end it here. If you've been following along, I appreciate it. If not, please hit that subscribe button and follow along for the rest of the way. This is day 89 of our use of Bitsgap here and learning together. So I appreciate it. Leave any questions, comments that you have below, and check out all our other videos as well. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much.